Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to half give you an overview, half read through the details of the article. There is a link in the description. And I do need to give you a trigger warning. It is a very grim situation. It involves the murder of a 2-year-old boy. We're going to have a look through the full details in a moment, but the boy's name is or was Ezekiel Harry. This crime occurred in Louisiana. And the mother and the live-in boyfriend have been charged with a spate of felonies, including 1 count each of first-degree murder and obstruction of justice in connection to the death of Ezekiel Harry. Her 2-year-old son. I'm not sure if the live-in boyfriend is the father. That part isn't clear to myself. Her name is Maya Jones. She's 28 years of age. His name, the live-in boyfriend, Jermaine Michael Robinson, 37. They were taken into custody Tuesday and given the charges that I read out, a spate of felonies, including 1 charge each of first-degree murder. There's a link in the description. If you do appreciate the coverage of this topic, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. At this point, I'm going to give you a bit of an overview, so to avoid being dragged into the details. So essentially, on Tuesday at around 12 p.m. in the mid-afternoon, the mother contacted the authorities and reported 2-year-old Ezekiel Harry, her own son, as having been abducted. Now, she provides the authorities, the investigators, with a full-blown story, which we're not going to go into the full details of, but essentially claiming that they were walking down this particular area, a truck went past, and somehow the moving truck was able to scoop up and grab 2-year-old Ezekiel and then sped away. That was her claim. Now, the investigators didn't buy it. We don't quite know why they didn't buy it initially, but they didn't believe it. They carried on with their investigations, and somehow they obtained surveillance footage which showed the both of them, the mother and the live-in boyfriend, walking down a street carrying a duffel bag. Police believe that they stuffed Ezekiel's body into the duffel bag and then dumped the body somewhere. Footage from a second camera showed these two, the mother and the live-in boyfriend, walking back away from the area without the duffel bag. So the investigators ascertained that there was a good chance that Ezekiel's body was in the duffel bag, that they had both transported the body somewhere in the local area, dumped the body in the duffel bag somewhere in the local area, and then, gone back home to claim that he was abducted. Seemingly, the investigators were able to put enough pressure on the pair of them because a few hours later, they were able to take, I believe, both of them, were taken to a property, and they led officers where to find the duffel bag containing Ezekiel. So seemingly it was on somebody's residential property. The residents were naturally shocked and disgusted about the whole situation, but I believe the mother led the officers to the trash can where they both dumped Ezekiel's body. With that, they're both being held without bond. So I'm going to say well done, Louisiana, for refusing to provide a bond. There is no need, there is no moral requirement in my mind to offer a bond to those suspected of child murder. Now, seemingly there is more to the story than what we know. I mean, we've not been told at this point the injuries that Ezekiel suffered. I presume that won't come to light until an autopsy has been completed and a coroner's report has been released. But it has been said that the investigators uncovered evidence of child abuse that shocks the conscience. and with that, it's likely to lead to a death penalty case. So again, I'm going to applaud Louisiana for having the death penalty, and I would, if it were up to me, perhaps if it were up to you, we would agree that all child murderers found guilty after a trial, after they've had a chance to present a defense, should they feel the need to, then if they are found guilty, that they ought to get an automatic death penalty, or indeed automatic life in prison for those countries that frankly don't have the balls, don't have the strength to have the death penalty, those countries, those states. But Louisiana does have the death penalty, and investigators are suggesting that that's where this trial, this situation may end up. It is possible more information comes out in regards to this case. I'm fairly likely to provide an update as and when it does, but we'll see how that goes. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. It's a very sad story in regards to the loss of life of a 2-year-old boy, an absolute innocent. There can be no other description of a 2-year-old other than being an absolute innocent. And we don't know the details of the torture that he faced, the beatings that he faced, but we have no doubt that that is what he has faced. And we know that because of the other cases that we've seen. And I'm going to be making a few more videos over the next few hours, which again are going to provide some more examples of child murder, child torture, child abuse, child beatings. We know that these things happen, and sadly happen regularly. So we hope that a trial does go ahead. We hope that these two absolute scumbags, pieces of shit, absolute evil scum of the earth get what they deserve, and I would hope that that is the death penalty. I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and take care.